The race of becoming an AI product manager is very severe. And nowadays, all product managers will become AI product manager in the coming few years. However, only less than 1% candidate can become AI product manager because all of them have very similar challenge in terms of how can I break into AI product management, what resources can I use, and what if I have no experience, what can get started first right away? In this episode, we are going to demystify the path to AI product management with AI product manager from Google, Cher Hu, and she has in-depth knowledge regarding how she became AI product manager with a short amount of time that you can follow her path as well. Make sure to stay until the end of the episode where we share about all different kind of skills you should work on right away. Hey guys, this is Dr. Nancy Lee, a direct product feature in Forbes. I've helped thousands of people land a dream PM job offer in FAANG companies and unicorn startup and continue to get promoted as a product leader. In this channel, we talk about tech trends and free product management training. Like and subscribe to our new video every Tuesday. Hey Cher, welcome to Product Insider Podcast. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me, Dr. Nancy Lee. I'm so excited to share about my experience as an AI product manager at Google.
Awesome. So, Cher, there's lots of amazing AI related news and race nowadays, and Google using Gemini everywhere. And nowadays, lots of email are written by Gemini. I'm a super user of the Gemini AI nowadays, and lots of our marketing content are written using ChatGPT as well. And however, the race of becoming an AI product manager is also very severe, as well as all those big tech companies trying to hire the best AI talent. But I see this a big supply demand issue. I don't think there's enough top AI talent out there, but also top tier companies are fighting for the best AI talent out there. The latest news I heard was it's like Mark Zuckerberg paying people $100 million to acquire AI researcher from OpenAI. It seems like going wild right now. So can you do this as AI product manager at Google? Can you do a quick introduction of yourself? And then we're going to do a deep dive regarding how other people can also become an AI product manager.
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Cher. I am a product manager at Google. I started my product management career as a Google APM, where in my APM 1 rotation, I worked on Kaggle, which is an open source machine learning dataset and model hub. And in my second year, I went to Google Labs, where my team and I developed and launched Google AI Studio and Gemini API and a lot of great GenAI developer tools. And that's how I launched my career as a GenAI PM.
This is so exciting. And Cher, you actually have a very fast career path. In our last episode, Cher also shared in-depth insight regarding how she can become an AI product manager at Google. Everybody, if you missed that episode, make sure to check the link in the show note. I'm also going to put it in the top of the video right here. Make sure to watch it. And now fast forward, Cher, and you are actually someone already launched Gemini AI Studio. So can you give us an overview regarding, so what is Gemini AI Studio? What the features? Who it is for? So give people an overview.
Yeah, Google AI Studio is a playground tool for anyone to quickly experiment and build with the generative AI offerings at Google. So you can quickly try out different models in different modalities and see and start building right away with the features that Google AI Studio has. And it's a really great intro way into the developer ecosystem for Gen AI at Google.
How is it different from Google Vertex AI?
So Google Vertex AI is more cloud, right? It's geared towards enterprise customers versus the Google AI Studio is for small individual developers.
Very cool. I'm a big fan of Google Vertex AI because a year ago, actually, I did the vibe coding. At the time, there's no term called vibe coding, but I was literally using AI to generate code and then use a Google Vertex AI to train my first AI model and that detect flower species and using 700 different flower images. It's amazing tools. I'm so glad. And Google is introducing Gemini AI Studio for smaller developer inside those enterprise big customers out there. This is very exciting. So Cher, let me ask you a question. As AI PM, what do you do as an AI PM?
Yeah, I think there's different kinds of AI PMs. You can work on developing AI models or tuning AI models. You can work on productionizing research into offerings such as developer tools. And you can also work on That's like using the existing tools and models to build useful products for users. So this like when we say AI PM, it encapsulates all three of those. And I actually have done all three of the above. So when people talk about being AI PM, I think there's a lot of things you can do in the industry. You can build products, you can build models, you can build all wonderful things with the advancements in technology.
So which one is most fun given you have experienced all three?
Oh, I think all three are really fun. I think having experience in all of them is really, really great. I think working closely with ML engineers and researchers on developing and tuning model capabilities is really more fundamental. Right? It's more upstream of building AI products where you can have a deeper understanding of what a model can do or cannot do, what are the constraints and opportunities in the space. Whereas I think being a product manager who uses the tools to build AI products, you really have to be more plugged into user, right? It's leveraging the technology to think about how can this technology be useful to the user instead of just applying it blindly. So I think that's more pertaining to being like the core product manager profile and role, and that's definitely very, very rewarding as well.
So these also lead me to the next important question. Given it's so much fun to work as an AI PM, so how can people land an AI PM job? And especially yourself, your personal experience, how did you land an AI PM job within Google?
Yeah, I think there's like two most important things. One is being as close to AI as possible through gaining different job experiences, project experiences. And second is knowing people in the industry and networking. I think having some experiences where you can talk about and show your proactiveness in learning about the industry before you become an actual GenAI PM is the way to show the person looking for the role that you're serious about this and you have done your homework to learn about the industry. For example, in my APM 1 career at Kaggle, which is a data science startup that does machine learning competitions, open sourcing. Even though it's not directly a generative AI role, I still want to be in a role that touches on machine learning. So I think having that like tangential experience as a way to cut into being a Gen AI PM and learning more about the industry is really great. So whatever you can do, be it doing a personal project, like using the models and APIs to do something that's like really useful and have people use it, or attending courses or organizing community in this area, like doing something that's close to you and that you can actionably do to get closer to the industry, to learn more, know more people, and show people who are hiring in this area that you're serious about it and you're interested. I think that's number one. And number two is actually meeting the people who know the opportunities, like networking through LinkedIn, through events if you live in somewhere with a tech scene, or through, let's say, like intellectual pursuits, be it like seminars, events, speaker series, paper reading groups. I think those are two biggest ways to break into the industry.
This is very awesome. And actually, I'm also a big believer in terms of lifelong learner. And one time someone asked me the question, Nancy, how can you define life? Life is what? Blank, right? So, and people will say life is a marathon, life is dance, right? All different things. So your words you put in life defines what your perception regarding the core, what your belief is. My thing is, and I believe that life is a school, and I believe in growth mindset, continuous learning. It's just so much more fun to relearning new things. And also like new AI feature coming out this year, AI agents very hot. It's like lots of crazy things. And we also launched 40 different kind of real life AI product inside AI PM bootcamp as well. So it's a user of those things. Wow, AI can really transform people's life. But the biggest challenge I have personally is there's so much noise, so much changes, all different news you want to read, and also new thing, new AI development. And one day you saw how I develop really great AI product, and then the next new model come up. So nobody use it anymore. And now prompt engineering is not as important anymore because you can use AI agent to help you prompt. Let's say different levels of involvement is really fast nowadays. And then also software developer getting replaced by AI. The vibe coding is a new thing nowadays. Like 25% entry-level jobs eliminated last year. Those are publicly available information. So how would you actually adopt and learn and keep up with the industry given things are changing really fast?
Yeah, I think in terms of learning, the most important thing is to narrow it down, right? Like you said, there's so much noise in the industry. So really finding sources and people that you trust to learn about things. For example, following Twitter accounts that you think people have pretty good insight instead of just doing whatever those accounts do to garner attention. But like following Twitter accounts who are sharing genuine updates, finding the top industry updates from the big AI labs, and also just like knowing people in your life who you can trust to ask a question. Like I discuss with my friends, hey, this paper come out, like what do you think is the impact of that the industry? Like I think having that dialogue about their opinions, I'm a product manager, a lot of my friends are like machine learning engineers or researchers. I think I trust their opinions a lot in terms of giving weight to like what they think about the influences. I think I also lean on that a lot.
That's true. And my personal knowledge, I was part of Google's like AI study group. There's a group of software engineer in Google. I'm not sure if you're part of those or not. There's a Google like AI study group, and you guys meet like weekly to study some talk books or papers, discuss something about AI. And it's also one of the resources and get started right away. By the way, guys, I don't work from Google. I just have a lot of network. People invite me to the group because I build real life AI product. So people want to see the practical knowledge launching product, but there's also more in-depth, like technical insight conversation in the groups as well. There's lots of great things. Cher, if you're not part of the group, I will ask the team admin to invite you as well. There's like group learning within Google about AI. It's very exciting. So that's as you said earlier, there's too much noise out there. It's more about finding the right group of people who has a great insight together. Awesome. Cher, and my personal belief is that when people talking about AI so much, the most important part is people need to get hands-on experience to become AI product manager, because nowadays when you go out to look for any jobs and they will be like, okay, so we need someone already have 3 years product management experience and 2 years AI experience, has success launching ABCD AI product before. Most people doesn't even have those experience. So therefore, our believer is that you need to get hands-on experience of AI product as much as you can before you actually land those jobs. But their number one challenge is that they don't know what kind of product they should start working on. So what's your take on that? How can they pick the first AI project to work on?
Yeah, I think there's like two ways, right? Thinking about how to apply AI to your existing stream of work, or thinking about how to use AI to help something in your life, like side projects that's helpful to you. The first way to apply AI to your existing work stream, like whatever you are currently, right? If you're a student, if you're a researcher at a university, if you're working in a non-AI role, you can like advocate for your team to use AI. I think people like are receptive to that. Think about where in your workflow that is maybe there's a lot of busy work somewhere where there's information to be gathered or summarized or consolidated. Think about like where are some inefficiencies and that can be solved with AI, and knowing what AI can do and cannot do, right? I think we've seen time again that AI is very good at pattern recognition or at language capabilities or generating creative content. So like thinking about in those areas where things are not efficient enough and pitching, I think like whatever job you're working at is hopefully you'll be able to pitch to your team like, hey, I see this inefficiency and like, can we start a task force to do this? I think you know how to AI PM as a title to do this, and I think people would most likely appreciate it. So that's applying AI to your existing work stream. And also, like, besides like what your main school or job, you can do a project that will be helpful to you. Maybe like, say I have a pain point where, let's say there's like these group chats where I get too many messages. Like, can I build a chatbot to like automatically reply? Like, it's just like things that help in your life, right? I think like having those opportunities will help you both gain an eye for where AI can be helpful and also just like present the experiences in the future.
Let me tell you a secret. So inside of the AI PM bootcamp, as I mentioned, we launched over 40 different kind of real life AI products. Literally, people can just log in and use this AI product today when they finish the 11 weeks training. There is an AI product, which is AI dating app. Help you respond to dating messages. Yes, when people DM you, you have your AI response, those kind of things. Filter out some like douchebags first, and then you start real human dating. That's very in alignment with your aspiration what to look like, but that's real use cases for young people. That's crazy. Very interesting. And by the way, guys, I have a list of free resources regarding the top 20 different kind of AI product ideas you can work on. Feel free to go to our website and to download the top 20 different AI product ideas. Get started right away. I'm also going to link it in the description of the show note as well. So now, clear, as they are building this real life AI product. I do have a question regarding different kind of examples or use cases you can give us in terms of building those AI products. You mentioned regarding what AI can do, what AI cannot do. So, and also I believe product market fit is also very important as well. Can you give us specific examples or use cases you have seen? For example, I believe you have your own like AI nonprofit. You guys also build real life AI product as well. Can you give us some kind of specific examples what you guys have done in the past so that people can use it as inspiration?
Yeah, for sure. I think like understanding, I guess when we say AI, having a shorthand for Gen AI, right? Because AI has existed for like the last decades. But when we talk about Gen AI, there's a lot of understanding its limitations and capabilities and thinking about like when you should use it and when you should lean into more traditional methods in machine learning could be helpful. For example, if you need very 100% accurate, more like reliable responses, and Gen AI models on deterministic, so I think you can't use it in a lot of like super high stakes situations. For example, it tends to lose as like context window gets longer, tends to lose memory or its personality about things that happened in the past. So like thinking about like when it actually doesn't work, it's just as important as like, thinking about when it does work. And sometimes maybe like using a heuristics based solution can be just as good. So like why use a Gen AI method just to use it, right? I think during the APM trip, for example, we actually visited a lot of companies who use AI or non-AI solutions as startups in the government and nonprofit space. And I actually found like one thing that we were discussing among ourselves was like the best companies who we actually found inspiring and actually like none of them use Gen AI because the problem space, like sometimes the problem space requires like data cleaning or data pipelining. It doesn't require Gen AI, and I think companies that blindly apply Gen AI, even if there's no problem statement that require it, is probably misguided. I do think that there's a lot of great work you can do not using Gen AI as well. Like I'm personally very interested in how to apply AI to improve people's lives. Sometimes that require like government and nonprofit cooperation. This really great company that the APM trip we visited, Covercidivis, which signs data share agreements with state and local governments to use probably heuristic-based approach, I would guess, to figure out which people should be released from state prison and release a lot of people from prison who should not be there. Since COVID, I think that like those things are great, right? Finding in life there's some different problems that exist in the world. Maybe there's like data lack. Maybe sometimes there's a like language lack that you can use AI to solve. But like looking at problems in general, looking at problems first and thinking about solutions second is more important than using AI for everything.
I totally agree. It's more about the use cases because nowadays vibe coding exists and also sometimes you don't even need very advanced tools. And actually the reason we're able to launch like 40 different real life AI product was in like 2 months of time was because all the existing APIs available can just leverage those AI models. And then you can get free models out there as well. So it's more about the use cases. And I believe in today's competition, the users will define who's going to win in the AI race, which was personally, I believe Gemini is going to win in the long run. Google's a company because you guys have users. Training that you know everything about us. You took our data anyway. And then you have existing users. And nowadays people are using like Gemini as I am, use Gemini to write emails nowadays. And now if you want to directly use ChatGPT to write emails, you need to go to different interface and write it and put it over here, right? All those new user acquisition and also new features ChatGPT need to build as well. So in today's race, it's more about finding the users. So my personal belief, which I believe we're in alignment together. Cher, we have one thing in common, which we both have nonprofit. We in PMA Kids, which is our own nonprofit, we give free AI product management bootcamp for kids from middle income families. We have currently a first cohort ongoing for our nonprofit side. But I also know you start your own nonprofit as well. Can you tell us more how exactly you leverage AI to help kids from underprivileged communities?
Yeah, for sure. So my nonprofit is called Hack for Social Impact, which is not just my nonprofit. There's a team of people building it. And one thing that we really have the vision in common is how to use technology to help with underprivileged use cases and resources, right? There's all these AI startups that are building for users and enterprises who have a great ability to pay, but the space seems very crowded. But there's actually like people are crowding towards the same problems and use cases. But there's actually a lot of problems that like nobody is solving. So like if you're working for tech for nonprofits, it sounds like a greenfield instead of a crowded space because there's a lot of problems that can really address the real life problems that people have that like not many people are frankly thinking about solving. So what we do is that we run events and we gather technical talents to build solutions for governments, local governments and nonprofits who have a problem statement that can be solved with AI or non-AI use cases, but they usually don't have the technical capability to hire people in this area to solve the problem. And that's where we come in. And specifically, we have incubated a lot of AI products that one of our projects was presenting in the United Nations, Saudi Arabia, one of the decision-making conferences on climate change. And we also incubated a YC startup. But like when we start thinking about these things, we don't just go to governments and nonprofits and ask them, hey, how would you like to use AI, right? I think that's like the questions you ask determines how like what kind of answers you get and therefore like the quality of the products that you come up with. Like we just ask them, we don't even talk about like AI, right? We just like, oh, what are like some pain points that you have in your workflow? And they may say like one of last year we worked with housing nonprofit in the Bay Area. Their problem was there's too many building codes in the Bay Area. The Bay Area has over 100 counties and each of them have a different building code. It's very hard for housing developers to understand what the different building codes are to build because it's different literally in Mountain View and then Santa Clara, like not that far apart. So it's very hard for developers to build and therefore leading to the housing shortage. And we like look at different problems, right? And we're like, that one can be solved with AI because that requires like processing large amounts of data, pattern recognition in terms of building codes and regulations. So like we found the problems that can lend itself to AI use cases based first asking for what their pain point is and giving reasonable solutions. So that one of the teams who are addressing that actually become YC company who I think just announced they have raised the additional round where you can pass in a blueprint and they can tell you how the development project suits or doesn't suit with the regulation environment. I think that's like finding the problem statement first and then finding the use case, finding the UI patterns and model capabilities. I think that's like how, as a product manager, in AI or non-AI, you should think about things in general.
How did you find time to do all of these as a Google GenAI PM?
Yeah, I'm very passionate about all of those things. So I think like motivation is the driver for all things.
I totally agree. Yes. So now let's also talk about growth, right? So I'm a personal believer of growth mindset. And as I said earlier, I believe that life is a school. This is my personal belief. So Cher, can you share with the audience regarding how would you grow yourself personally and professionally, and what resources do you recommend people to grow themselves as well?
Yeah, I think there's like two most important things to like keep on learning even in your career and in your lifelong journey. The first one is having that growth mindset, and the second one is like finding people that you really want to grow with and you can learn from and also like be valuable to. In terms of the first one, like I resonate with your mentality of like we are always learning, be it if we're in school or if we're already in a job. So thinking about with each experience in life or like in your job, even if you face the obstacle, like how can I grow and learn from this instead of being beaten down by it? I think having that like optimism is great. And when you have the optimism, you can find people who are like also committed to learning. You surround yourself with people, you're the average of the top, let's say 5 people you surround yourself with. So like surround yourself with people who are also like passionate about life and optimistic about learning and their potential and really engage in like intellectual pursuits together. I think that's a great way to like really integrate your learning into daily life.
Yeah, exactly. So people say you're the average of 5 people around you. So if you surround yourself with people who are also into learning with growth mindset, continuous development themselves, so you basically getting those inspiration. And early in my career, I was part of a LinkedIn group. Like years ago, Sherry Sember published a book called LinkedIn, and then people forming a LinkedIn group. So we have a group of 10 women in the entire group, just discuss any work-life balances or challenges, career growth. And within a year, everybody land a new job. Not everyone want to land a new job. There's also one person land a new job, getting 30% salary increase. But maybe I can give a try. Like people just going out doing different things as well, and then everybody in a new job and doing better. It's more about the people you surround with, and I totally resonate with that. And actually, for Product Manager Accelerator, we also have helped over 1,500 product manager land their dream job in all the tier 1 company, unicorn startup. We're also having our own in-person event this summer, and make sure everybody subscribe to the newsletter and get invitation, and so that you'll be the first one being able to join our free networking event and get surrounded for people just like you. And so Cher, and let me ask you a question. So how can people follow you, and where can they find you if they have any follow-up question regarding how to become a GenAI PM, especially in tier 1 companies like Google?
Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn name is just my first name, not last name, Cher Hu. If you want to learn more about my nonprofit, or contribute if you also have a nonprofit, or if you want to help out, you can go to hackforsocialimpact.com. But you can always find me on LinkedIn.
This is awesome. We're going to link all the important links in the description of the show note, and make sure everybody to follow her and also start learning with all her free resources she has recommended for all of us. Everybody who is interested in building your hands-on real-life AI product with a team of software developers and data scientists and also designer, you should check out our AI PM bootcamp with guided experience and help you to build and launch a real-life AI product within 11 weeks. I'm going to link it in the description of the show note. You can go to our website, pmaccelerator.io/AIPM to learn more as well. If you find any of the free insight we share with you very valuable, make sure to like this video and follow us on all the social channels, starting from YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, as well as LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, and Red as well. And it actually took us really long time to create the best content and also invite the best speakers. So make sure to help us write a 5-star review so that more on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, so that more people is able to discover all those free content and start to get free advice and follow our speakers as well. So this is Dr. Nancy Lee from pmaccelerator.io. I'm going to see you in our next episode right here. Thank you for joining us, Cher.
Thank you. Have a great day.